In this session, we will be looking at social and green bonds. The objectives of this session are to enable us to understand the potential of social and green bonds as alternative funding models, to capacitate us with the know-how to successfully implement this model within our respective organizations. And we hope that by the end of this session, we would have understood the value, characteristics, and types of social and green bonds. We will be able to identify a social green bond opportunity and successfully use it as an alternative funding model. And we will be able to create an organizational action plan to implement within our organizations. Social and green bonds are non-lucrative promises between an issuer and the investor. Individuals or investors can buy or sell social and green bonds. It is important to note that there are differences between social and green bonds. A social bond is a finance project that directly aims to address or mitigate a specific social issue. On the other hand, a green bond is a finance green project which are aligned with the four core components of the International Capital Market Association's green bond principles. There are some benefits that the social and green bonds can provide to our organizations. They provide promising opportunities for CSOs to fund their projects. Some investors are also willing to publicize their investments in green or social bonds to boost their visibility and reputation. And it provides an avenue for institutions to pull trillions of dollars of financing from investors. Those who can potentially make use of social and green bonds include asset managers and investment consultants, foundations and endowments, faith-based investors, investment banks, corporations, insurers, and public pensions. Organizations that can take advantage of the social and green bonds include climate change adaptation and climate smart organizations that run programs in these domains, organizations that run projects focus on climate change adaptation and climate smart projects in the field of agriculture, organizations that implement projects in the domain of energy efficiency and resource efficiency, green buildings and trade, renewable energy and sustainable land use, sustainable waste and water management. It is important to note that there are possible challenges that can come with the adoption of social and green bonds. These challenges include the lack of clarification of what a green bond is. So prior to engaging in this, it is important to have an in-depth understanding of what a green bond is. And I hope that this session has exposed us to a better understanding of this. Green and social bonds are therefore more expensive to issue than traditional bonds, so it's important to be mindful of that. And thirdly, there are relatively few green and social bonds issued each year. To conclude, green and social bonds are important sources of capital for organizations. The market is likely to continue to grow over the next decade, so it's worth exploring the possibility of tapping into this huge market. And also there is the opportunity for civil society organizations to adopt this model as an alternative funding model. So it is time for you to see what mechanisms you need to put in place in your organization to tap into this opportunity, particularly if you work in one of the if you have projects that are focused in one of the 6 areas that we've mentioned, which include climate change adaptation and climate smart agriculture, energy efficiency and resource efficiency, green buildings and trade, renewable energy and sustainable land use, and sustainable waste and water management. Thank you very much.